Well, hello and a very warm welcome to BBRC Britain and English, and a very good afternoon to you all. And what I will say, just for those in case you've missed it, Happy New Year, although we are now over 2 weeks into the new year, 2026. I just thought, well, this is the first session, the official session of the new year, and I probably would start now with saying, well, I wonder if you've got any New Year's resolutions. Well, you might realise, perhaps in this country at least, people do tend to make New Year's resolution perhaps after Christmas, perhaps just before the new year, perhaps into the new year, perhaps the first week of the new year. But it's a wonder how long they actually last. Do they last perhaps a few days, a few hours even, or do they go for the whole month or even longer? Well, I must admit, I wouldn't say how long, but a good over 20 years ago, I made a New Year's resolution when my dad actually said, "Oh, you won't keep them." Well, that was to stop having sugar in tea. And I think at the time probably I was having about half a teaspoonful, and I stopped that, and I've kept to that all those years. Probably because I wanted to defy my dad, who thought probably I wouldn't keep New Year's resolutions, perhaps as he may not have over the years. Well, it is a time to look forward, perhaps something new, something you may decide to join, perhaps a local photography club, or perhaps a walk-in group, or there's other perhaps areas of interest you might partake in. Certainly there's a time perhaps for renewal, and perhaps serving our neighbours more, perhaps doing something for the community, and perhaps looking forward to new things we can make a start on as we go forward. You may have noticed that this channel is quite small. It's not anything about social influencing. There's not really anything about product placement or anything like that, as some of them do, and you can probably tell there's not that many subscribers, quite small, but actually it's quite informative, and it's not a money-making exercise at all. It's all free, and I've noticed some people online do tend to try to further themselves, perhaps even flaunt their bodies, which is not actually the best thing to do. But each to their own, of course. But certainly there's no product placement or anything else here. You might see some people advertising Cadbury's chocolate bars, or they might be advertising something else quite popular, like Walker's Crisps or something, or there might be Quality Street Sweets, Heroes, that sort of thing. Perhaps they've got a contract with Aston Martin, Rolls-Royce, Land Rover, Ferrari, all those, perhaps exotic motors, as you might say, to advertise their cars. Well, all right for some. Or is it Marmite? Is it a loaf of bread? Is it a type of beer, perhaps even? Although I'm not advocating drinking too much beer this new year. Maybe you've got a New Year's resolution to stop smoking so much. Perhaps you're going to cut back, or you're going to stop gambling, or perhaps even stop using your mobile telephone so much. Perhaps these things can sometimes take over your life. And I know some people are saying, well, I'm spending too much time on the phone when perhaps I should be talking to my neighbour, relatives, sons, daughters, or dealing with my children, or even the in-laws. But these things can take control in some ways because of the amount of time spent on them, which we may not realise. I've noticed now there's even a clock on these phones now which says shows you how much time you spent online. Well, some people are getting addicted, a bit like with smoking, or perhaps drinking that bottle of wine 2 or 3 times a week becomes a habit. Well, that's the new year. It's worth thinking about. As for me moving forward, I'm probably thinking of some new initiatives, which I will talk about possibly next month. But as I say, over 2 weeks in, it's plenty of time. It's quite dull here. We've had a nice sunny day today, but it has been quite dull, quite cold, and in some areas quite a bit of snow, certainly sleet and snow, and disruption. Well, I will endeavour to give you another session, probably thought out and constructed in the next few weeks or so, and certainly there'll be a few more opportunities to have some English and also perhaps places of interest as the year goes on, because I believe that was quite popular before. Certainly the English language, I know some of you from abroad do find that quite interesting. I know there's a few of you from different countries now engaging, perhaps some Brazilians now. I think there's a Japanese woman as well, a few Chinese, Hong Kong, Europeans, and others are perhaps finding it quite interesting to find out about English culture, So I know Americans do talk about English culture, and Canadians and perhaps Australians when they come here. Perhaps they come for a short time. Others come for a bit longer, depending on what their plans are. Perhaps they're on holiday or a year out, as you might say, gap year, whatever else, or certainly they've come to work for 6 months or whatever it may be. As long as they perhaps don't outstay their welcome, they most likely will be welcome back. So I know there's a lot more rules in place because of a lot of perhaps disregard for the rules before, certainly with students and things, and perhaps people breaking rules, and visa extensions were perhaps not officially given, and they just tended to stay longer, which meant the authorities were on their backs. I think I found out about some people like that up in the northeast a few years ago, so I'm sure they're not more stringent now. Anyway, all it leaves me now to say is thanks for watching for the last few years. We have got a birthday coming up in March. That will be the 5th birthday of the channel, so look forward to that. And may I wish you a very nice weekend here, and certainly those abroad, you'll probably experience a lot better temperatures than here. It has been quite cold. I think it was -1 and below certain time. I think it was last week. I think London was very cold as well. Certainly parts of the West Country and Scotland have been very cold, but not quite so bad here. Mind you, we are living in a valley here. There are hills both sides. Well, thanks for joining me here today, and have a lovely weekend, and hope to see you again soon. God bless you. Bye-bye now. This has been BBRC, Britain and English.